Alright, cool. Picking up right where we left off. That's for editor Shadow's sake. In that, like, taking a little bit from the last episode to come into this episode. So, now that we know who Ikora is, or ran into who Ikora was, we're now gonna start exploring the Gorge. The Vex are back in force, and we need to explore with Orin about the of the Nine and how they play more into this larger speculation of controlling the universe, and how is our will our own, is our fate our own, what is the puppet masters beyond the stars of our time. That is what is going on in Destiny at this given point in time, at this given episode. So yeah. And also, before we continue, huge shout out to everybody that that is tuning into the live stream, has tuned into the live stream, and everybody who's been with us on stream, both raid-wise and everything of the sort. I'm going to have to compile like a master list of who rated me, but thank you everybody also for tuning in. I appreciate you all. Before I disappear in the action, you know what to do. And with that, Destiny 2, Edge of Fate. Now let's go kick some butt.
You're a tad late for this skirmish. Or early. Either way, you must have seen the Vex going about their deterministic routines by now. They're dug in, and trying to assimilate everything around them. They mean to turn a sphere to a circle here, so to speak. We have an advantage, in that the Vex who are exposed to dark matter find themselves caught in a thick, yellow confusion. The presence of the Nine here resists Vex probing with dense air, but it's thinning. We need to address this. I haven't been able to get close enough for a detailed assessment, but you can.
So, something I want to talk about that's awesome with the environment design here, that I'm really happy they did, is they did bring back the Venus-like planets. So, back in Destiny 1, Venus was my favorite planet to go to. It was like a jungle and a desert at the same time. So that we can have like, it was like a nice sulfuric vibe in that it's the gunslinger fantasy, right? But then like, there's like the jungle hunt against ancient robots, right? And so with Io being supposed to be the other Venus-like planet of Destiny, in that it's supposed to have like this dusty, like, drab tone, and a lot of the Vex architecture where it's like all this cuboid cylindrical, like Vex architecture, like we've seen enough of Destiny to know like it's kind of like grandeur in its shapely design, whereas like a lot of the Elixni stuff has kind of like, it's pretty hardy and scrapped together type things, right? And here with the mycelioids being very infectious gives it a lot more of that naturalistic, like nature versus machine kind of design here. I'm glad Phase Glass is back to really tie that half up, because we have Phase Glass, Relic Iron, and Spirit Bloom. And Phase Glass was just like, it's basically that. It's glass. But I don't know, it's just like a fun reflective property that just, I don't know. It's something that I really wish we could have seen more of, and like how does that apply to the universe as a whole. But one thing we forget is that we're collecting these things because they are actually usable materials for us, right? Like phase glass could like be parts of like ship windows, things like that. That's the whole point of like why we did a lot of like resource collections back in the early days of Destiny, because when it comes to fetch quests and doing worldly bounties of collect 10 apples for grandma to create a pie. Little did you know that pie gives you the ability to fight gods and take down demon kings and such, right? Go figure, who would have thunk that being a collector and just going around getting resources in games, like crafters are actually like really useful like characters in MMOs. Uh, what does this have to do with anything that's happening right now in Destiny? Absolutely. In that, like, it makes sense that it helps with the resource farming, and just that if you're looking for more stuff, you want...
Fire team, I'll be overseeing this operation. I want to stay focused and on task.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Nothing has changed. No matter who I was, I'm still Ikora Rey. Orin, status.
The Vex are watching this place. Rifles strung up in the cliffs. We need to break pottery. Tear it down.
Orin's right. Perimeter scans show Vex signatures, and they've converted the old HCO networks into a sort of security lattice.
She's also right about tearing it down. Keep your focus on the present and find a way through. Without active surveillance, you'll be able to move through the surrounding canyons without tripping Vex security every 10 paces. Taking the Vex's security lattice offline revealed something, Guardian. There's a massive dampening field that extends to the area we know 3 is behind. It's a barrier to entry, but from these readings, that isn't its purpose. Rather, it's stopping anything from getting out.
I'm seeing that too. It's the same type of quarantine protocol the Vex use to close off damaged portions of their network.
They must want to prevent the singularity expanding too. But we'll need to remove it to get to 3.
I remember something else now. A hooked request. There's a message I'm to remember here. Oh, it feels like a decompression, like plugged ears. What I mean is the 9 are holding something back from me. I think I know. I remember. Or will. I want to help.
Alright, so the reason why we just did that is because the Vex are now building more of those, like those hollow gates that were just there. They have like a defense grid like just outside of the singularity. The Vex can move through space and time in very strange ways. Especially now that the Conductor has the power of creation and control. Oh, that's some safety wire. Yeah, don't want to mess with that. Yeah, see, like this whole... It's just so rustic. I love that. Like, okay, that's what it is. Like, when you go up against the Vex, it feels like you're going through, like, an Indiana Jones type adventure, where it's like you're going through ancient ruins and solving out, solving what happened there. Uh-oh. How do I get up there? Huh. I'm confused. Am I supposed to get up there? Yep. I'm supposed to get up there somehow. Okay. What? What? Oh, jeez. I think I might have to fast travel. This right there. Ah, I see. Literally gotta think outside the box. I got it. Oh, I didn't get it. I got it. There it is. Oh, hi. Oh, that's just mean. Got something in your eye? Catch! Nice. So I can't help it but to play with my food. So yeah. That's just...
The dampening field signal is coming from this direction, but it looks like there's a branching point.
I see it. They're disseminating the dampening signal to hundreds of frames. This is a code fix. They've recognized their vulnerability to the Nine's energy and are adjusting.
It's still only noise. Tear down the signal and they'll die in the quiet.
The Vex Mine... Evade towering Vex mines, casting a protective signal into the collective, and find a way to bring them down to sow chaos into the Vex defenses.
I think we can get through here now. The signal's getting stronger, and it looks like I was wrong before. The dampening broadcast isn't emitting from one point, it's 3. Wait, there's something else. There's an old colonial research terminal still running from when the Ionians landed here. I didn't notice it until we were close, but it looks like the Vex are trying to access it.
Interesting. Let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Bring down the dampening broadcast, and in the chaos, we'll crush their incursion into the old colony systems.
Your plan is cracked knuckles. I like it. I'm glad we're taking the direct route. Without you, Guardian, my steps would be mouse squeaks in the floorboard. I've always been more gauntlets and thunder.
We don't have time to be anything but gate crashers. It's the Guardian's forte anyway. If you're looking for quiet, Orin, come back to the city with us when this is over. Rebuild your life in your own hands.
The city sounds like bitter medicine. We'll see. Oh, my head is buzzing.
That is not a tower. The broadcasts are coming from those giant Minotaurs. Stay low, Guardian. Look, another concentration of dark matter. Might help keep us out of harm's way. I'm detecting shield projectors nearby, but it's protected by a security lens. One step at a time, Guardian. This should help us get to the security lens.
Check their shields. The interference is dying down.
Let the Pine Lance splinter, Guardian! Charge!
curdles, and the dampening field weakens. I see a flat vision of you, Guardian. A timely message. I see it. You. The message as a weapon. The weapon is the message. Fate forged. 9 hammer strikes ring. Scattered sparks. Cupped in hands. A weapon. Buried in the coals of the forge. I see a molten purity. Waiting to read the hammer strikes and direct the shock.
Establishing uplink. Wait. These are detailed records of the collapse.
They catalogue the Nine's presence as much as the collapse. The Vex study seeds planted in the past to understand how the Nine wove plots around the paracausal.
This data is a playbook for emulating the Nine. Orin, do they know we would stop the Vex here?
Of course. They know that we'd need to move the Vex aside to reach the singularity. 3. Agency is a quantum indeterminate. Known hope. I remember they spoke like that.
I'm glad your head's clearing up. I quantum indeterminate that soon you'll be able to make more sense of this than I can.
Only the quarantine is between us and our answers. I can hear victory screaming like fire.
Lodi. The Guardian found an archive of analytical data the Ionians had recorded during the collapse. I think you deserve to see it.
Really? Miss Ray, that's incredible. Anything, and I mean anything that fills in the gaps between then and now would be mighty appreciated.
Okay. So
I think we're dealing with the inner orbits. Dangling an answer from a string is as clear as they get. Sun through Mars. The 9 are tethered by sentience and Sol's celestial bodies. They have a lot of time to bicker. The inner want to talk, the outer less so. It's an impasse.
So we're just swept up in the tides of a grand cosmic plan?
No. Placed. With intention. I, to mentor the new emissary. Drifter's been used for years. The Guardian, something yet to be. And you, Ikora, arranged to hear the message you were promised.
I don't plan on being a sacrificial lamb for the 9. Our destiny isn't up to some unknowable architect. It's ours.
Happens every time I try to like bring up a little something about it. So with the 9 being able to handle basically the space magic of this game in their own way, like think of like using dark matter as telekinesis. That's kind of like how it works, but like on a grand scale, right? And so the Vex being robots, they can calculate and take account of everything that is going on, right? So if you saw in Curse of Osiris, when they were like simulating the Vault of Glass, one of the earlier raids in Destiny, they took that into account of like, how would these Guardians fight us? And they're making all of those calculations in real time and telling them their past selves on how to fight us, kind of thing, right? Time to the Vex is a whole different beast in and of itself, and that they can replicate what the 9 are doing. And so yeah, we'll get in on more on that later. For now, we must go deeper into the catacombs. I know I keep interrupting and like getting caught up in the conversation of the game as well, and it just happens sometimes, you know. Like that's the thing about doing Let's Plays, is like, as much as I have a lot of like the story beats memorized, there's still gonna be parts that's like, oh, I walked into the wrong section, and it's only natural that as a gamer that we do that, even though we follow the rule of go the wrong way before the right way. Sometimes you just accidentally go the right way, and you kind of skip a step by accident that you didn't mean to. It happens. With that font of wisdom, I'm going to end this recording here, and we will pick up right immediately on stream.